What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be covering some maintenance on the barn find Rsx that I got. Hopefully it doesn't rain. It's a little cloudy today. I've had the ionizer running in the car for like 24 hours again after I got the smell mostly out of the car. It was just like a lot of cleaning, vacuuming. I put like a scent bomb in there. Well, so sprayed some like osium in the glove box, changed the cabin air filters. But today we're going to be covering a lot of the maintenance. So I'm going to be doing oil change, coolant flush, PCV valve, and then I think my dad wants to cover the AC, see if we can get that working. Right?
Right. See?
His fuel pump said he went into this car.
No pumpy. Month old.
All right, so my dad's gonna be trying to get this AC working. We're gonna try and jump this pressure switch here and see if it kicks the AC on, the compressor on. I'm gonna be doing the plugs and the oil change while he's doing that. So I'm just gonna knock all of these off of here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. I actually had these apart before and they didn't look like terrible, but it's been sitting for a while, so I might as well change the plugs. The oil doesn't look too bad either, but we're gonna just change that anyways. And then I want to get the coolant flushed today if possible. So we got the plugs out. It only takes like 2 minutes. These cars are really easy to do plugs on. Here's the old one. It's not terrible, but it's pretty black. I don't know when the last time these were changed. See how they're starting to get a little rusty on the top there. So they all kind of look about the same. Here's a new one. Plug that in there. I also got a new PCV valve that I'm going to be replacing as well, and then oil and coolant. So put the rest of these plugs in quick, and then we're going to test the AC system. All right, so the plugs just got done. Car still runs good. I'm about to do this PCV valve, which is this thing right here. You just pop this little clamp off, move it out of your way, and then I think that's like a 14, and we're going to take that off and then replace it with this guy here. Don't normally have good luck with Napa parts, but hopefully this one works out all right. Here's the new one. I use the same one on the gray car over there, so it should be all right. So let's go bring this with us so we can find out what size socket it is. And I mean, the car runs pretty good, it idles good. So this is just like a, I don't know, like a precautionary maintenance, you know. It's something you guys should do on all your cars. If you don't run a PCV, then don't worry about it. But me personally, I'd like to just change it before it goes to the new owner. So let's see in here. This drawer is broken. The slide broke on it, so gotta fix that. But let's see, 14. That's way too small. Let's try like a 16. See how that works. Nope, looking like it's a 17. Didn't realize it was that big of a socket, so let's put that here. Perfect. So 17 millimeter. Let me grab, I think, my extension, and then we'll go take that out. But they're really easy, you know, not crazy hard to work on. It's good. The more of the challenge is going to be trying to flush the coolant system, because depending on how stuck that bottom hose is, might be a pain to try and flush that out. So let's just get this PCV done, and then we'll move on to the next step. All right, so we're taking this old one out here. I just used a 17. You gotta get a deep socket because it's got to be able to fit over this piece here. But this thing looks pretty crusted compared to the new one. I mean, big difference, you know. So we're gonna just toss this out. Goodbye, don't need that. So let's put this new one in. I don't think I'll notice much of a change in the way the car runs per se, but you never know. Oh, that's slippery. So I'll just put this back in here, tighten her up, put the clamp back on, and then we'll see how it goes. I mean, shouldn't be any like major difference. The car might idle a little better, might just run a little bit better, but it might not be like a major difference. So let's put this back together and then see how it runs. All right, we're underneath the car now. I'm about to do this oil change. This is my first time being underneath here. I mean, it's a little dirty from sitting, but some surface rust there. Nothing out of the ordinary, just some cobwebs. Other than that, it's pretty clean underneath here. It's just checking out all the stuff. It looks like somebody did all the engine mounts in this car. And it's got a K-tuned oil pan, I think. It still feels like steel, but I think somebody definitely replaced this. All these bolts look new. Oil pan got done, oil pan gasket. The fans don't look OEM either. Those look like they've been replaced. It's the original engine and trans, all the VINs match. Other than that, it doesn't look too bad underneath here. I'm trying to see where this exhaust leak could be coming from. I think it might be behind the cat, or it could be this donut right here. I gotta start it and find out. But other than that, I mean, no oil leaks. It doesn't look like it's leaking anything at all. Looks pretty clean underneath here. So I'm just gonna do this oil change and then take off this like undercarriage thing, and then I gotta drain the coolant from the radiator. See how that looks, but not too bad underneath here overall. I just finished the oil change. The old oil is down here. It's pretty black. I mean, it's not like terrible, but definitely needed to be addressed. So there's that. Good news, no like metal chunks or anything, so look pretty clean, nothing too bad. I'm filthy. Working underneath these cars is a pain. The oil filter is just a pain to get to sometimes. I don't know why they have it in that spot. There's like no room between the subframe to like get it off, but I managed, you know. Yeah, I really wish I had a lift. This sucks. But now we're gonna do the coolant. I got a 5-gallon pail underneath the drain here, so we're gonna drain the coolant, and then I'm gonna shove a hose into there and flush the radiator out, and then we're gonna put some new coolant in her. But yeah, let's get this thing drained. All right, so drained the coolant, did the oil change, did the PCV, doing the coolant bleed system right now. Sorry, I was kind of all over the place. It's a little frustrating trying to do all this stuff on the ground, you know. I'm literally just filthy. And but yeah, it's bleeding the system right now. Car runs, no problem. I got heat, nice and warm, so that's what you want. When you bleed the system, you want to have the heat all the way on. I don't have the correct funnel, so I'm making do with what I got. I'm gonna go buy the correct funnel when I go buy this O2 sensor for this car, because I'm tired of not having the correct funnel when I go to do coolant, and I'm gonna buy it, you know. So it's running pretty good right now. I'm bleeding the system. It's not overheating, so let's just let this bleed, and then I might go to get an O2 sensor and do that while I'm here. All right, guys, we're off to the parts store quick. We're in the beater. I got the coolant done, the oil change done, the PCV done. I'm going to buy an O2 sensor now because it's got a code for a primary O2 sensor, and all the wiring looks good. So just gonna replace the sensor and hope that's the issue. Yeah, and then from there, I just want to power wash the underside of the car because it's like pretty dusty and just been sitting. So we're getting close, you know, just a couple more things to do and this thing will be ready to be for sale. So let's get to the parts store quick, and then I'll start the video back up when I'm home. All right, guys, I'm back. Mission unsuccessful. The O2 sensor is welded in there as I figured it was going to be, which was the case with this car. Same thing. Cracked the O2 sensor socket, specifically made for that. Cracked it in half. Yes, I torched it for like 20 minutes. Cracked the sensor, or cracked the socket. Tried getting a regular socket on there. Stripped it out. Tried putting vice grips on it. Just nothing. Absolutely nothing. Could not get the O2 sensor to move at all whatsoever. Other than that, pretty much all done. Let's see. Oh, she should fire right up. Turn that off. Yeah, so she fires right up. The oil change went well. Coolant flush went well. Plugs went well. PCV valve, that's all set. But I still got no O2 sensor. I'm gonna have to bring it somewhere and have them weld it and break it out because it's just beyond my means of doing. I don't have a welder or a lift, and I'm just not doing it. So other than that, she's pretty much good to go. Let's see here. I gotta replace the door lock actuator here because the alarm system doesn't like that this door doesn't lock when I go to put it in gear. This car has like a really advanced alarm system in it, so I've been like trying to figure out like why it does the weird shit that it does, and I've determined it's because of the alarm system, right? It's like sometimes if I take the key out and the car stays on, it's got a timer, like a turbo timer. What else? Like watch, I might do it right now. Yeah, see? And then when I get out of the car, or if I hit this lock button, this key button, it shuts the car down. So I'm gonna get out and either the alarm's gonna go off or it's not. Nope, it didn't go off. So that's good. There we go, that's a little better. I didn't realize it was all hazy, but I gotta replace the lock actuator. Does not like the fact that like when I lock the door, or watch, lock it with this, does not lock the driver door, so I gotta use the key to lock that. And then now she's actually locked. So this car has a really advanced lock safety, what's it called, security system. It's got, you can put a turbo timer on it if you want. It's got a remote start too, I believe. Pretty nice system. I just haven't figured out how it all works quite yet. So I haven't, damn, it's getting windy. I haven't messed with it too much. But that's all for today. Make sure this is locked up. Got both my jalopies here. I like the deck lid. I wish I had one for this car, but it does look really good. I don't know if I like the 02, 04 or if I like the 05, 06 better. You know, they're both good in their own ways. I think I like them both pretty equally. I think the 02, 04 I have a special place for, but the 05, 06 is definitely like really nice. So But that's going to do it for today's video. We got all the maintenance done pretty much. Didn't get the O2 sensor done because it's just welded in there. Other than that, for maintenance, it needs an exhaust gasket or two. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the maintenance. The car should be running perfect, you know. I mean, it runs really great right now. So that's pretty much it for the maintenance. And then got to get it painted. Get the little bumper done, buff the headlights, get the quarter panel fixed. And then see you later. Send her on her way. I got the smell completely out of it, so it doesn't smell at all anymore, which is great. But it's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you guys learned something. Well, enjoyed me working on this old junk. And I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.
Your heart